Hey everyone, it's Christy and I'm back. I had told you all in a previous message that I was going to be out of town for a little while. And I might not be coming on here. So I was really busy with certain things while we were gone. And, I did think about coming on here and everything, but it just didn't happen. So anyway, we had to get caught up on rest and everything because time changes. Because we were in a different part of the U.S. We were on Eastern time normally, and we were on the Pacific time for a little while. And then the time change and everything. But anyway, before I jump into what I wanted to talk to you about, plus I have a manifestation story, okay? And it goes along with what I was already going to want to talk to you about anyway. And I ended up getting a manifestation story coming in concerning this. So I thought, well, that's perfect. No wonder I didn't, do a video while I was gone. So anyway, I want to remind you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and tell your friends about this channel so they can also take upon themselves everything that already belongs to them, so they can experience those good relationships, love and joy and peace and harmony, and whatever car they want, whatever house they want, however much money they want, just let them know, because we want everyone to experience what's already theirs, right? We're supposed to think good thoughts about others and want them to have it too. And, I think that helps keep our mood up as well. And I'm learning this myself as far as, whether someone's hurt me in the past or whatever, if I think about them, I don't have to be around that person anymore, because forgiveness doesn't equal trust. But I can send them good vibes, okay? Because I've realized that if I carry anger on the inside of me for someone else, or unforgiveness, then that's gonna bring my vibe down as well. And possibly, I don't want to use the word hinder me, but from experiencing my manifestations. But I do know that whenever I've held in anger or unforgiveness over something, it just doesn't make me feel very good physically, mentally, and emotionally. So that's why we want to let go of all that. And just, like I said, no matter what, if you think of somebody that you've had an issue with in the past, like I said, you don't have to be around that person, but just wish them well for a second or two. Just say, I just wish that person well, and I hope that they get everything that they want, and that everything that God's already created for them too as well. And I send them on their way. That's what I usually say to myself. So anyway, because usually I've found that most people, if they're not renewing their mind, if they're not rewiring their brain, they will continue to do whatever they've done before, because their brain's on that pathway, right? That works that way for all of us. And there's not a whole lot of people out there that are consistently and constantly taking their thoughts captive and casting down vain imaginations, maybe because they don't know to do it. Maybe they think it's too hard, but you know what? It's only going to hurt them in the end, So that's why we just want to send them good wishes and move on with our life and receive all of our blessings, right? So anyway, I didn't even mean to go through all that. It just came out. So I guess that God wanted us to hear that, or people to hear that. Somebody needed to hear that, okay? Forgiveness does not equal trust, okay? Forgiveness does not equal being treated like crap and staying around someone, okay? But forgiveness does equal, like I said, I'll say it one more time, wishing that person well, a few seconds, move on. Okay, so I said all that because I said tell your friends about this channel, and everything too, but also hit the like button, please, and because it keeps this video in the algorithm. I think I'm still a little sleepy and tired and catching up on my sleep, because I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but I'm not doing this over, because as you know, I've said it before, and if you're new here listening to me, I just like to keep it real. I don't like to record over and over and over. So because it's not about perfection. It's about being real, in my opinion, because I'm on this journey just like you are. Okay? So, what I wanted to talk to you about today, though, oh, and I wanted to remind you, like I said, I used to have a website. I kind of let that website go. Still deciding on whether or not I'm going to get another website or just keep providing my email down below. And you all can just send me messages or schedule an appointment there with me, okay? And I also have text coaching. If you have a question, about something, or, you just want to buy a few sessions or whatever. And then whenever you do have questions, you can just ask me and I'll text you. You'll ask me a question, I'll answer. If you ask me another one, I'll answer. Those will count as like 1, 2, you get the point. So anyway, let me jump into this. What I wanted to talk to you about is circumstances do not matter. So it hit me the other day that if circumstances don't matter, and the thoughts that have created those circumstances, those unwanted circumstances, then they don't matter either, right? Because I thought about that and I'm like, we're always saying circumstances don't matter, but we're saying that, I've even said it, maybe I can help you with your blocks or whatever, But let me tell you something that doesn't even matter, because like I said, those thoughts of the unwanted situation, it all starts with thoughts. It's creating those circumstances. So I'm just here to say that the circumstances don't matter and the thoughts don't matter, as long as you are consistently and constantly taking your thoughts captive, casting down vain, empty imaginations. You got to replace them though, okay? The circumstances don't matter, and those unwanted thoughts, those unwanted circumstances, they don't matter, but you do still have to replace them and keep rewiring and keep renewing your mind to what already is, okay? Because we've got to build those new pathways. We've got to build those new pathways, because everything that we consciously put into our subconscious is going to project out and reflect back to us. I was talking to someone the other day, and it just came to me as I was like talking to them, and I said, it's like, if we're going to the beach somewhere, there are certain beaches that I used to go to all the time, and they were in driving distance, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours away. But there's different ways I could go, right? Maybe a couple or whatever. Well, I could choose to go down one path that might take longer than the other, and say on that way I get stuck, like I get down in a hole or something like that. And this is hypothetically, like say you get down in a rut or something in the road, and you have to keep going, you have to keep giving it gas, you have to keep giving it gas to get up out of that hole, get up out of that rut. Well, sometimes to get to that destination, that beach, it's already there. It's already been created for me, okay? I'm wanting to get there to experience it in this 3D world, but it's already there waiting for me. That's with everything. Any desire that you want, it's already there waiting for you to accept it, to experience it out here. But sometimes whenever we have certain thoughts that have been created into our subconscious, it's like getting down in that rut. But as long as you keep persisting with the true thoughts, with what is lovely and true, and keep focusing on your desire, you will get up out of that rut and you will go down the new pathway that will get you there, if you will, get you there, experience it in this 3D world. But like I said, just know that it is already happening, okay? So as we continue to take the thoughts captive and cast down vain imaginations, and knowing that those circumstances don't matter, because my most dominant thoughts are going to be what projects out here. And as you keep thinking on your desire and what you want to experience out here, and those become your most dominant thoughts, those other thoughts, they're going to go away. Literally, those neurons, those pathways will go away. They will literally be eaten up. The Holy Spirit will, in a sense, burn them out. And then you will just be traveling down the right pathway. And I shouldn't say the right pathway, but I should say the easiest pathway to get you there, to get you to experience what you want in this 3D world, okay? So I feel like I'm rambling, but I hope that made sense. I'm going to believe and fully persuaded that it does make sense. So here's the manifestation story. So this person, from what I gather, okay, so they wanted a new grill, okay? They had one and it had some issues with it, but they had it beyond the warranty or whatever of it, and they didn't think that they could get a brand new one, okay? But they decided to persist in the fact that circumstances don't matter, from what I gather from what was told to me. So they went to buy a new grill, and I'll just say this, the way I understand is, first time they got $30 off. The second time they talked to somebody because they kept persisting that they could get this for free, okay? And to them, this seemed like a big manifestation, but as I reminded them, I just want to add this in here, there are no big or small manifestations. We are always manifesting. We're always thinking. We always have certain belief systems and assumptions created in our subconscious. So your life right now, that is a manifestation, okay? So just throw out the big or small, okay? It's all the same. So anyway, so first they got a certain amount off, $30 off. Then they got $100 off. And they just kept persisting like, look, you know, how can I get this for free? And like I said, this is my interpretation of it. So long story short, they did end up talking to someone from the company, and they were like, look, they're like, you know, we're just going to give you this for free. We're just going to replace it. So the point of this whole story is, even though it looked like they weren't going to get it for free, and they were going to actually settle for only so much off. Okay, they got $30 off. That's like, you know, like I've told you before about the scripture that says you can get either 30, 60, or 100-fold. They kept going and believing. They might not even been fully persuaded, but they were believing they could possibly get it for free, because all things are possible with God. So the main point of this is, don't give up. You know, don't accept crumbs. Don't accept the 30%. Don't accept the 60%. You want to go for the 100%. And that's what they did, okay? And they did. I think they said it took like 7-8 weeks before it really actually, you know, manifested, where they actually saw it out here, where they ended up with it for free. But it was a chain of events that led them, that it wasn't like, you know, worry or fretting or whatever. It was just these chain of events that led up to the 100%. So that's where I want to encourage you to don't settle for crumbs. Don't settle for the 30%. Don't settle for the 60%, even if it looks like it. And I've done that before too. I'm like, well, okay, you know, because I feel like, okay, this doesn't really matter anyway in certain situations. And we can think that, but I think we're shortchanging ourselves, okay? So go for the 100%. Don't give up, no matter what it looks like. Circumstances do not matter. Those circumstances are created from our thoughts, projected out here like a mirror, reflecting back to us, okay? That's all they are. And those are always changeable. They're always moldable. So I'm fully persuaded that this helped you in some way, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.